Greetings! Welcome to this edition of the Spectrum of the Arts. Today's show includes a look at a special student art display. We'll hear about the new look to Walker's Rising Stars competition, and we'll learn from an international opera star who's graced a Pinellas County School classroom. But first, we'll take you to the Clearwater campus of St. Petersburg College to get the latest on this year's Thespian competition. Some of Pinellas County School's top performing artists invaded the Clearwater campus of St. Petersburg College the first week in December. The event, the Florida Thespians District 4 Festival of One-Act Plays. 22 participating troupes were on the schedule, many arriving at sunrise to get ready for their performances. The well-organized event included the registration in a busy lobby that contained snacks and collectibles. Inside, students were taking care of the last-minute lighting and audio adjustments in order to make sure everything was ready for the stage performance. It was tightly scheduled with actors and their support group, allowed just 40 minutes to construct their set, do the show, and then strike the set, returning it to a pre-assigned 6x9 box backstage. Backstage was busy, as usual, with the countless actors, actresses, and stagehands all teaming up to get the set and themselves ready for the day's performance.
You just have to be great at everything you do. You have to memorize your lines, and just be really confident, because we're gonna rock this.
District 4 chairperson Brad Brady, Eastlake High School's drama teacher, explained how it all comes together.
They work hard in the very beginning of the year, and they put together individual pieces. They put together solo musical pieces, duet musicals, acting pieces, whatnot. They come here, they compete against all the area high schools, public high schools, as well as some private schools. Our district consists of about 1,000 students that will be here today and over the next 3 days.
Judging performances can be subjective, but there are also some strict guidelines that adjudicators must follow.
They'll be assessed in their technical aspects, from the stage manager to the prompt books to the set design, lighting design, sound, and then from the performance aspect, we'll look at characterization, storyline, ensemble work. They will reach the state benchmarks. When you do a one-act festival, according to the new Florida benchmarks, we touch almost every single benchmark that's there for Florida in this one weekend alone. So it really is a valuable assessment for the teachers as well as for the school administration. We have an assessment sheet, and the person that's doing the technical will have their own assessment sheet, and they'll be looking at specific things from the checklist or the assessment, and they'll be rated on 1 through 5, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And in order to receive a superior, you need to receive a score of 27 or higher for each judge, or rounding off to 27. So if you have a superior, excellent, that show would receive a superior rating. It's not the combined score divided by 3. They need to receive at least 2 out of the 3, 27s or higher to receive a superior rating. If I'm judging technical, I will really focus in on every aspect of the technical, down from the shoes that they wear to their makeup, their hair, the set pieces, how durable it is, how they load it on and off stage. Is it organized? Is it mass chaos? Or is it organized chaos, and does that work? How does the leader of the group, the stage manager, manage these kids, whether it's a cast of 1 or a cast of 50? Does that person have control of every person in every aspect, from the time they load into the theater to the time they load out? Because that is the person who is really in charge. There's a whole aspect of loading onto the stage and loading off the stage. Are they doing it in a safe and effective manner? Is one person going on and off stage 20 times, or do they have 20 people bringing one thing on at once? That could be the difference between a 30-second load-in or a 5-minute load-in, and all that's being assessed.
And besides, you never know what your son might bring in. Perhaps even a tramp from the gutter. When did his problems begin? I noticed a marked decline in him.
I tell them that it's incredibly important to do something like this, and I try to angle all of my classes so that no matter what they do in life, whether they want to be an actor or a lawyer or a doctor or a, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever they want to do, take all the lessons that they're going to learn from here and at this event and everything they do in our classes and use that. So I'll take an audition and I'll say, okay, great. Let's say you never want to go into theater. How can you use this information? And we roll that into job interviews and how that can work, how you dress, how you shake a hand, everything. So I try to make my personal classes everything about how it's used all over, not just in an acting atmosphere, but all over whatever they want to do.
One acts are always a challenge because you have a time limit and you have to, we had 35 minutes to do ours, so it becomes a challenge to pick a piece that's, only one act long but still good and something we can keep in the time limit.
It was thrilling. Well, before stage, I felt my stomach was just going to come out of my mouth, but as soon as we got on and we had our signs and we did our first walkthrough, I just felt it, all the relief go by. It was amazing.
The amount of people was terrifying, but also really exhilarating when you get a reaction out of them. It made everything worth it. It was perfect.
It's really fun, honestly, to perform in front of bigger crowds, because when you nail it, you really, really look good. And I think with all the rehearsal that we put into it, it really shows.
Yeah, it's really gratifying to hear when you hear these people laughing, because we usually, when we will perform in for maybe a few people, but when you hear all these people laughing at your jokes, it's the best feeling.
I like to play this game. All my patients love it. I'll give you a word and you give me the first word that pops into your head. Ready?
Yes.
Obvious.
Apparent.
Nearer.
Farther.
Sugar.
Daddy.
There's truly nothing better to see them come out of their shell and to see them just grow as a person, as an actor. It just gives you goosebumps. It really does. It's amazing to watch.
Terrific talent, wonderful audiences, and an overall great weekend. The Walker's Rising Stars show is just around the corner. We'll take a look at some of the changes planned for the 2016 competition when we return with Spectrum of the Arts.